The story begins with children playing in the fields of a small village. Abdi's father warns them to return before dark. Most obey, but Abdi and his friend stay behind. Their ball rolls away, and as Abdi's friend retrieves it, he sees a mysterious girl with an eerie, almost demonic face. Ignoring Abdi's warnings, he follows her, only for Abdi to witness the girl brutally killing him. Terrified, Abdi runs back to the village. When the villagers return to the fields, they find his friend's lifeless body. Fear spreads and suspicion falls on Abdi. But a village elder steps in, explaining that this is the work of Sumala, a spirit born from a dark past. Years ago, a wealthy man named Soejiman and his wife struggled with infertility. In desperation, the wife turned to a sorceress, who promised twin daughters through dark magic, but one child would belong to a demon. When the twins were born, the first was stillborn, while the second was grotesque. Horrified, Soejiman killed the deformed baby, unknowingly breaking the demon's pact. At that moment, the stillborn child, Kumala, miraculously came to life. However, she was partially paralyzed. Soejiman saw Kumala as a disgrace. He imprisoned her, ashamed of her disability, while the village children mocked and tormented her. Only her maid, Sum, showed her kindness. One night, Kumala encountered the ghost of her murdered twin, Sumala. Instead of harming Kumala, Sumala vowed revenge against those who wronged them. Strange events followed. Kumala began acting erratically, behaving inappropriately, eating raw chicken, and terrifying her parents. Her mother realized that Sumala's spirit had possessed Kumala. Desperate, she sought help from the same sorceress, only to find she had died. Now there was no way to undo the curse. As years passed, Sumala's hold on Kumala strengthened. One day the village children lured Kumala outside, only to humiliate her again. Enraged, Sumala fully possessed Kumala, using her to brutally murder her tormentors. Their bodies were discovered in gruesome ways, hidden in wells, impaled on stakes, and scattered across the fields. The villagers were horrified, and Soejiman, upon finding Kumala's doll at the crime scene, realized his daughter was the killer. Seeking answers, he turned to a shaman, who revealed that Sumala had gained full control over Kumala on their 9th birthday. The only way to stop her was to stab her heart with a sacred dagger. Meanwhile, Kumala, now completely taken over by Sumala, continued her rampage, murdering the household servants and, finally, her own mother. Before she died, her mother confessed her guilt, apologizing for not protecting her. Kumala, for a moment, regained control, but Sumala ultimately forced her to deliver the fatal blow. Soejiman returned home to find his wife and servants dead. Overcome with regret, he realized the horror he had brought upon himself. As he tried to capture Kumala, she ambushed him in the fields. In self-defense, he struck her unconscious and prepared to kill her. But guilt stopped him. However, when Kumala reawakened with a haunting laugh, he knew there was no other choice. With great sorrow, he plunged the dagger into her heart. For a moment, there was silence. Then Kumala opened her eyes and smiled. Sumala was not done yet. The spirit of Sumala had sought justice for the sins committed against her, using Kumala as a vessel of retribution. But in the end, no revenge could undo the past, nor could it heal the wounds carved by fear and hatred.